guys that are normally up at Willamette. You've got Bryson James, who typically runs Willamette when he's not running the 51 sprint car.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Rob Campos. They typically run Willamette, go down to Cottage Grove in their late models.
And Campos has had some success at Grove this year.
Campos is really
he really likes that track.
Turned the season this year. It's good to see Rob winning again. Good to see, I shouldn't say winning, Rob up front, because Rob struggled all last year.
He did have a win at Grove though. He got a feature win at Grove.
He's really turned it up. So it's good to see. It's really good to see. Really good for Rob to be out there.
And I know for Rob, it's been a tough year. With Kitty passing, they were pals.
Oh, they were very close.
Very close.
You look at his car.
That's one of the neatest things I've seen as a memorial to anybody was Kitty's face and Rob's number 9. But for him to go out and be as fast as he's been, especially at Cottage Grove, he's turned it up. He's turned it up quite a bit at Cottage Grove.
Exactly. I think he's
cool.
He's going out there and he's honoring Kitty with his car and with those wins and with as good as he's done down there. Rob found something, and I'm really proud of him.
Even at Willamette this year, there's been times where Rob Campos has been like, "Hey," and I've talked about him several times. Keep your eye on that 9 car because he's been fast this year.
He has. He really has. It's good to see. It's really good to see.
I love seeing that because when you see those guys that I don't want to call them, and it's not a shot at them, field fillers, just because. Whether it be financially or whatever, step up to the next level, which Rob has, more than surpassed that this year with the competition level he's brought to the track. It's been really cool to see that because if you know Rob, he's a cool dude.
Oh, yeah.
Fun guy to talk to in the pits, hang out with, and, he's always, one thing I appreciate about him is as an announcer, I don't have to ask if there's anything new with the 9 car or a new sponsor or whatever because he's one of the first guys to me, hey, Corey, I got one of my sponsors in the house tonight. Can you throw that out there for him? Or, whatever the case may be. It's. I wish everybody as a racer was like that,
makes your job way easier.
It really does.
That's the thing about Rob, too, is, you talk about field fillers. Not trying to talk bad about him. But the thing of Rob is he's out there. He's out there having fun. And, he's another graduate of – I don't want to say graduate because that's the wrong term. He's another product of Madras Speedway.
Right. Well, and, a lot of people don't know that he's spent some time as a flagman on the asphalt.
Exactly.
He's been around the game a long time. He's been –
He's been racing since he was knee-high to a grasshopper.
His dad was a former flagman.
And
Roseburg.
a racer.
And racer. Yeah.
Coach was a flagman and a racer down there at
Roseburg.
Roseburg in the asphalt.
Yep.
His brother.
Lightning.
He's running the modified.
Mm-hmm.
You know what chassis Rob's running?
It's GRT.
It's a GRT.
That's right.
What's been on top in the mod?
The GRTs.
Something's working here.
Yeah. And it's been cool to see. So I was glad to see him. I don't know where he finished in the feature last Saturday night at Grove, but
I didn't hear.
I'm sure it was. I'm sure he was fast. Being a 12.9. That's a pretty good lap around that track for a late model. But for Bryson to go 12.373,
and especially because we're pushing 13 flat at Willamette. We're pushing the 12-second bracket with John Duty.
Track record's 13.081.
So it's you look at the difference in the banking. You look at the stop and go nature of Willamette versus the high banked oval of Grove. There are some differences.
Mm-hmm. There are just the track length alone. You could put Cottage Grove in the middle of Willamette, and then you get those cliffs. Those aren't banks at Cottage Grove. Those are cliffs.
Those are.
You can skydive off those suckers, man.
Those are insane.
Base jump off them.
I do apologize, ladies and gentlemen. If we fix the technical problem, come to find out, it is these 2 wires that go from the second computer into the box. So I will get those replaced because that's just, I don't understand why somewhere along the line something has got screwed up. And so if half of our show sounded like crap, you can blame it on me.
Josh,
if you wouldn't be, Josh, Kinsler injection, it's not necessary. We don't need that much horsepower on the board.
Well, it's not that. It's just I got to friggin' upload that to that computer and then just run off one computer and would be golden. But for some odd reason, it just, I don't know, it's having its attitude and heyday. Like I told you, something went something's up with this computer, with the audio sound, with the audio mix player.
We'll just raise the left bars up one hole and throw some traction control on it. We'll call it good. We'll be back next week.
And you got to think, this year's still our rookie season. We still got the yellow stripe on our back.
Yeah, we're only 19 shows into this.
We're still leading points.
You were by
I'd hope
far.
so.
By far.
I mean, you look at the points. Hey,
You think we're going to make the chase?
make the chase. We're the
listen.
favorites to win that sucker.
Yeah, I think the chase is already. I think.
Oh, wait, never mind. The chase is a Napcast, not podcast. My bad.
Right.
Right. As nap car.
Yeah.
Oh,
So,
boy.
again, 7:30. We've got it scheduled for a special call-in, special guest on the show tonight, which we'll be talking to in a little bit about some things coming up. But let's go back real quick, cover us one more time with the fishing trips, just because we want to make sure people understand how to do it and what to do.
So Lance Hallmark, basically, if you want to get a hold of him, you can either get a hold of him on Facebook, or you can get a hold of him through us, and we'll get you a little bit more information. But what it is basically that with this flyer, if you tell the people that you are, Moxie Media Promotions, Northwest Dirt News, Lance Hallmark Racing, that is the key 3 words to get this fishing trip basically paid for. You just sit there and take your trip from whatever airport you want to go from up to Alaska. Everything else is pretty much paid for.
Very cool. Very cool. So let's cover real something we touched on, the points at Willamette. We got the research guru over here on the laptop working for us. Speedway points right now at Willamette Speedway. Looking at the separation at each class. Okay, street stock, Breakall and Tanner, street stock, 69 point spread.
That's crazy.
69. So that little Mikey
So
Breakall, 17-year-old rookie driver.
2 races left.
2 races go rookie driver versus a veteran of Willamette and Portland Speedway.
Right.
69 points.
And both
Right.
of them, I mean, to Mikey's credit, this is a girl that has stepped the game up and says, you know what? I understand to finish first.
You first have to finish.
And she's done it
Absolutely.
all year. She's done it all year long.
She has been so consistent this season.
She has. Got a win her rookie year. Got a win.
She got a W.
Yep.
She's been consistent. I mean, it's just great to watch.
Right. Sportsman. Now, this is the one that I would say is, I'd call it over at this point. I'd be willing, bite my, knock on wood. I hope I don't jinx anybody on this deal. Maybe I should. Okay, rewind everything I just said and erase it. Sportsman separation between Yak and Slover is 176 points. 176. Super Sports. Listen to this. Points leader is Randy Barley in the 13B.
Yeah.
Second in points is Brian Thompson, Crocker's Cars.
Okay.
14 points.
The hot streak that the 44 has been on.
6 feature wins this year.
Yeah. But he's had a hot streak.
He missed
the Iron Giant.
He missed a race.
The Iron Giant won both nights. Yep.
Yeah.
Won both nights.
Fast.
Queen sweeped the Super Sports. I mean, we had talked about that. We were sitting there, motorhome to motorhome and shooting the stuff. And I said, you're doing pretty good in this little sportsman car.
Super Sport.
A Super Sport car. And he says, it gets around a little ways.
Yeah, he likes that
I
car.
said, how's that compare to that modified? He says, 2 different animals. He said,
yeah.
man.
You know what, though? Thompson, he likes those modifieds.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, yeah.
And you know that he just had last week when you guys were off, they had the Crocker's Cars
Barbecue.
yeah, the race cars and everything else, and Moxie Media was supposed to go over there. We just didn't get a chance. We had some other obligations and stuff that we had to. But
we'll get out there. We will end up with Crocker's doing a show, and we appreciate having those guys on the show as a sponsor for the Crocker's Cars call-in line.
That's it.
Good family. Nikki was here just the other day visiting. Had some of the boys with her, and we were just kind of hanging out, talking racing. And Brian's lucky in the aspect he has a wife that loves to be at the racetrack. And
Oh, yeah.
that's every racer. Every racer that has that,
So,
I can guarantee you appreciates it.
Should I say this on how I met his wife? on how I met his wife?
I don't know. You might.
Oh.
No, Brian knows.
Brian's a tough dude. He'll
Brian
knock you
knows.
out.
He's cool with it.
Nikia's a tough lady too. I mean,
She's cool. She's cool with it too.
You
but
don't
it
mess
was,
with Nikia.
No.
She'll hit you. She'll hit you before Brian does.
you might be picking your teeth up if you're not careful.
No, okay. So listen to this.
You're gonna be spitting styrofoam after they get done with you.
So we're standing up there and we're basically out of voice. So me and Corey were underneath the Moxie Tower and we were doing the races and stuff that way, talking to the fans and doing the races.
No voice.
It was yeah. Mind you, he has Halls in the bathroom and he says, "No, my voice is good. I don't need anything." And I'm like, really, dude? He's like, nope, it's just a new day. I'm cool. It's good to go, man. Let's do another 400 laps. I'm like, dude, I can't even. You can't. What? And dude, we were so burnt out.
Oh.
It was awesome. So that night, Saturday night, I didn't realize this and stuff. Is that we're standing up there underneath the tower, and then all of a sudden, this lady was talking to Corey's wife, and I sat and I looked over at Sandy. I said, hey, who is that? And she was walking down the stairs and stuff, and she had on these like bedazzled jeans. And I sat there and I said, who the hell is that? Right? And she sat there and she goes, oh, that's nobody you need to know about. And I'm like, well, no. I said, it wasn't like that. I said, I just wanted to know. I said, I was just curious on who she was, right? And so, mind you, I love my wife very, 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 very much. She's the love of my life, so it wasn't anything like that. I was just curious on, who Sandra was talking about. She goes, well, that's somebody that's pretty close to you. I don't think so. And she says, well, we'll just put it like this. It's she's related to one of your very, very good sponsors. I looked at her and said, well, I didn't know Northwest Trucker Academy had that good looking a woman. No offense to him. His wife is very beautiful and stuff too. But he sat there and I'm like, really? And she sat there and she goes, no, that's Brian. This is why. I'm like, oh. I was like, and he's just like, look, you're looking at me now. I just kind of looked over and my face went red.
Well,
I'm thinking, yeah, I'm not, yeah, no. And so it got word. And so she sat there and she goes, so I heard you want to know who I am. No, I do not. No. Not one bit. Don't know who you are. No.
I'm gonna go lock the door to the studio with the deadbolt.
Well, when Brian come busting through any second, but to Nikia's
you want to
credit,
know why I call it Crocker's Cars?
Nikia is one of those. She's one of those ladies when she walks in a room, she's there.
Oh, she's just cool.
She's got she's got the pretty face. She's got the red hair and the big smile. I mean, she's one of those ladies that when she walks in a room, she's just one of those people that you see.
Well, it was cool because Sunday morning, her son had came over or whatever and wanted to play with Aiden.
Right.
And so they were playing with Aiden and everything else, and here she comes out of the motor. I'm like, holy crap, that's Brian's wife. I'm like, oh, no. And I'm like, hi, how are you? How you doing? Very nice to meet you. And she goes, it's kind of funny that you're parked right next to us. And I'm like, yeah. Well, I told Brian because I asked him earlier. I said, hey, after our driver interviews, I said, well, where are you parked at? And he says, we're over there in the motorhome area and da-da-da. I said, oh, somewhere in the middle. And didn't realize he had the $340,000 motorhome. And I was all sitting there like...
He drives the race car back there, too.
Oh, yeah.
He just drives it back and jumps out. But
it was the coolest thing because all of a sudden, by 11:30 or so, I hear this in a crate motor and everything else, and all of a sudden he pulls out, and I'm thinking, oh shit! And I'm like, he knows, and he comes out and he goes, so Josh, nothing.
Look at Josh's face. He's
Josh is still scared.
None at all, dude.
You are too.
And so he's all sitting there. He's like,
I just can't wait till somebody walks through this door.
Oh, it was funny, man. I was just, I'm like, yeah, nothing. We're just kicking it old school, man. Just kicking here right by the campfire, man. We're real good. And he goes, all right, see you in the morning. I said, oh, maybe you didn't know. Holy crap.
That's funny.
No, he knew.
Yeah.
That's funny as hell.
So let's talk about the last class in points right here, Willamette Speedway. Now, this right here, when the points came out this week, kind of surprised me because it's something that it's kind of crept up the last couple of weeks. Late model separation, 2 races to go. Points leader is Rob Maya, sitting second in points.
Tanner.
By 50.
Whoa. That's going to be hard.
50 points.
50 points is going to be hard for Tanner to close back up.
Well, no, listen.
Now listen,
It's hard simply because it's Rob Maya.
Maya is
that
on a
doesn't-
streak, dude.
That guy is so friggin' fast, and I'll tell you, as a race fan, to watch the